Hello again, everybody.
Good day.
Yes, good day, good evening. And welcome back to the ReBoot review, it's Alphanumeric. I'm Robin.
I'm Katie.
And today we're going to be watching episode 10, The Great Brain Robbery.
Yes, we are.
Which is, for any Mouse fans out there, a notable episode. Because that is the first introduction.
It's true.
Of Mouse, who, of course, is very much a beloved character.
It's true. I have to admit, I wasn't the hugest fan of Mouse.
You know what? Me either.
Yeah, I remember we've talked about this and honestly, I as much as I also wasn't a huge fan of Dot, I knew that really Mouse was just getting in the way.
Yeah.
I mean, she's getting in the way of what was supposed to be happening.
Yeah, and that was just a very deliberate placement of her right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I objectively, I think Mouse is really cool.
Yes.
She's just not the kind of character who resonates with me.
Agreed.
But she's a cool person, but she's not good at boundaries, which always bothered me.
Imagine being friends with her.
I know, right?
It'd be too much.
She doesn't even care about hitting on Bob. She just does it for kicks.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
I mean, that's not very considerate.
No, so. it's really not of either Dot's feelings or Bob's for that matter.
That's a very good point.
Yeah. But that having been said, she's still very cool.
Yeah.
And an interesting thing, though, about her voice actress. So I saw her name when I was checking the names of these actors, and I saw Stevie Valance. And I was like, where do I know that name from? When I looked it up, it turns out I know it from the fact that when I was working in the animation industry, she was always advertising these voice acting workshops that she used to do. And she was pretty prominent in voice acting coaching. And she was a prolific self-promoter in that respect. So whenever you would hear about an animation industry event, she would often be there promoting her coaching. But in looking at her IMDb page, I have to say something else of hers that really shocked me, not in a bad way. We're a little bit too old for this show, I think, but Katie, do you remember Zoobilee Zoo?
Yes.
She was the kangaroo.
What?
That was my reaction. Yeah, if you guys remember Zoobilee Zoo, which that's one where the theme song gets stuck in my head to this day.
Me too.
I think I was too old for it,
Zoobilee Zoo.
Zoobilee Zoo. Magic and wonders are waiting for you. Sorry. But I was a little old for it, but I used to watch it because the costumes were so cool.
Yes. Oh my gosh. They were amazing. And
it was a beautiful show.
I don't think there was much going on in the show, but I don't know how, we didn't get to see much of it. Yeah. But whenever it came on, I loved it. I totally loved it.
Yeah.
And the kangaroo was my favorite.
Yeah. I mean, because when I was a kid, I liked kangaroos a lot. And I was musical. I was always doing music. So, but then I also was good at English and I liked birds. So I was always torn between her and the cockatoo character.
I never liked the cockatoo.
Really? Yeah. Well, she was I think I tended towards the kangaroo because she could be kind of obnoxious, but her interest intersected a lot with mine. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, so the voice of Mouse was, and I had the name of this. I'm going to look it up again here.
Has changed.
Right?
I suddenly like Mouse a lot more now.
Well, I'm trying to remember the name of the kangaroo character here, so you're going to hear some page flipping again. Where did
I just loved her? She was so, I remember I was like, she's so pretty. And I just loved how pretty she was.
That kangaroo.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. She is super. And the funny thing is, I went and looked up the Zoobilee Zoo opening credits when I realized that. And there are a lot of comments from boys and girls who had crushes on Was That Kangaroo.
Of course they did.
Yeah, she was very, very pretty. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure she still is. And also she will later play the voice of Rocky the Rabid Raccoon.
Oh, yes.
Come
another episode
season 3.
I'm not a big fan of.
Oh, no. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I can see how Rocky would be a polarizing.
Oh, Mouse, why are you doing this to me? I'm so conflicted.
But anyway, I guess we've kind of gone on long enough, but I thought that was a super interesting bit of trivia about Stevie Valance, if you didn't know.
I suppose we could have done that during the opening credits and actually
I guess so. But it was such a long thing, and I didn't want your shock to be. Yeah, exactly. So anyway, with all that out of the way,
does anyone else feel really nerdy right now? I'm feeling a good glow.
Well, this isn't the Zoobilee Zoo review. That would be amazing.
We should do that next.
So, speaking of ReBoot, let's watch. now.
I come from the
I
net.
could not be snarky
Systems,
during a Zoobly
people,
Zoo.
cities,
I
to
know,
this
right?
place.
It's all so
Mainframe.
cute.
My
But speaking
format,
of strong
guardian.
female characters,
To
though, there is
mend
another
and
interesting thing I
defend.
realized
To defend my newfound
as I was kind of
friends,
going through the episodes,
hopes and
figuring out how we were
dreams.
doing this
To
first
defend
season.
them from their enemies.
Did you realize that hexadecimal is only in 2 episodes in the first season? Has that occurred to you? Because I was like, wait a minute.
Wow.
Yeah. Like, if you go, feel free to, we won't do it right now because we don't want to spend the next 5 minutes doing this, but, like, go through the first season episodes in your head and try to remember which ones Hex is in, and I'm pretty sure it's just Racing Against the Clock and the Medusa Bug. Like, come up with one, think of one.
They say the
can't.
user
Yeah,
lives
right, yeah,
outside
because the
net
remaining episodes
and
this
inputs
season
games
are
for pleasure.
Talent Night and then
No
Identity
one knows
Crisis
for
1 and
sure.
2.
Right.
And
But I
yeah, we haven't
intend
seen her in
to
anything
find
else.
out.
Oh my
It's,
goodness.
it's amazing because she leaves such an impression that you would never realize that she's hardly in first season at all.
That's so true.
And even those 2 episodes don't center on her.
Yeah, only one of them really does.
This is another John O'Howard episode. Last episode I was remarking, like, what other episodes has John O'Howard written? Apparently
This
a bunch.
one.
Yeah, but I looked on IMDb and he's not listed on any other season 1 episodes. The other episodes he's listed on are season 2. So
Oh, weird.
IMDb is dropping the ball. Somebody needs to get on there and make sure John O'Howard gets all his credits
Yeah,
because I didn't
that's
see
right.
any other first season episodes from him on there.
It'd be really
Where
interesting
is
to take
she?
some time to actually
She'll
go over
jeopardize the whole mission.
like who wrote what and what feel.
And
they
there are
gave to
other,
each one.
yeah, that's true,
With a
and kind of
sense of
like it's also
humor.
interesting to see what other stuff they
I
write.
should never have
Yeah.
John
Yeah.
O'Howard apparently wrote a whole bunch of Ed, and Eddie.
Oh, don't be so
Okay.
hard on yourself, sweetie.
There we go.
I'm here now.
Bum shot.
So many bum shots. That was
Can't stop themselves.
But the
Did you
thing is,
get
it's
in
like
here?
it's male and female
what you're
characters. Like
hiring
it's very
for,
equal opportunity
isn't it?
Yes.
bums in this, you know.
True.
She's got some.
But you're
they
late.
could have an ab contest
Yeah,
between
well,
the two
get
of
over
them.
it.
Yeah,
We've got a
that's
mission
true.
to start, okay, sugar?
It's
All
funny
right,
how
sugar.
even
My
before
meter's running.
they had like
Indeed.
it was just so creepy. Like
so nasty.
It kind of debases the character a little bit. I have to say, like,
I know.
you know.
What a
Mind you, it's not like
charming
Hex
young
doesn't also
lady.
do that to Bob
Providing
frequently.
she stays on
But
mission,
the thing
Oh,
she is in
it's
command.
still
Sexual
kind of
harassment,
creepy.
virus.
Delete her.
Roger!
I guess they are villains.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. But it's interesting that they give her so much definition on her
Nice rig you
abs
got
when
here, big guy.
they're still not like we're still at a phase in the
Custom
show
job.
when
Looks
a
fast.
lot of stuff is kind of smoothed
Rest
over
assured,
for simplicity's
it
sake and
is.
rendering's sake.
Yeah, she
so-
kind of looks
The
a little
compression
caved in, to
field,
be
however,
honest.
is
Yeah,
But they
unstable.
really, I guess they
You must be
needed,
careful
they
in
wanted
there.
They
that
wanted to show.
image, yeah.
Well, what's
Pleasant
funny is if you look
accidents
at
and
her
all.
versus
I read
like
the owner's
Dot, one of the things that always
manual.
intrigued me is look at her
Can we
arms.
go
Like she's
already?
muscular.
Yeah, I've always noticed her neck, actually. It's
Yeah,
the,
that
from
too.
her
Initiating
neck to her
compression
shoulder.
field.
Yeah, yeah. It's interesting that they want to very clearly convey to you that Mouse is a character who works out. Like, she is buff, which is cool because, like, how many buff female characters did you see in cartoons from the 90s?
Well, can I even think of one
Yes,
other than her?
perfect.
Yeah.
Sergeant
Like,
Smiley.
I might have really
Here is
tried,
the
but they
drop.
probably all be like
Know what
caricaturist
to do.
characters
Yeah.
too, right? Like,
Yeah, when you think about a larger sized female character, they might just be chubby.
Go.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
they were, and it was funny.
Yeah.
But no, actually strong.
Yeah.
And built and designed to look
like
strong.
they could maybe kick you to the curb
Well,
if they wanted
I'm
to.
drained. Who's up for accessing little energy?
Say, has anyone seen Enzo?
I wonder, do
I lost
Bynum
sight of him
cheer
when
for
the
Bob
GameCube
every
hit
single
and-
time he wins a game? You could have like an entourage of
Never
them just to
mind.
like boost his spirits.
Wow, Bob, that was the
Fun
raddest
shot.
game.
Oh,
That
yeah,
throw
there
you
we
made,
go.
You nailed him. I watched the whole
I mean,
thing.
Was that
Teach me how to
necessary?
do that?
Really?
Sure.
Stationary.
Professional
I know,
tomato
just
techniques
to remind
start at
you that she's
25-30.
there and that her bum is still there. I
I was worried.
Agent 6 status report. Agent 6.
there should be like, if I had the time, I would go through season 1 and just do like a counter supercut. Bing, bing,
What?
bing, bing of all like the
What
bum
are
shots,
you
and then have
talking
one
about?
devoted just to Bob, because I honestly feel like Bob does get more than anyone else.
It's true. They're
Yeah.
really proud of his bum.
I think they are, yeah.
So round. Wait, does that count as harassment on our part? Are we just as bad as Megabyte?
Agent
Objectifying
12.
Bob's
Status?
I
bum
think so.
here.
We need to really think about this.
Mind you, there's a lot of.
I love this guy.
Oh yeah.
Go to the dentist and get it fixed. Over.
Now what was that again?
Off-screen violence. Would BSMG at work for you? I guess it's also like comical when it's off-screen versus if you actually
Smiley,
see that,
imagine.
it would be like
The rest
maybe
is
kind of
Distressing.
yeah.
Of course, sir. And may I say, what a wonderful time I'm having. Go.
I wish I knew who voiced that guy specifically because that was a cute touch.
He was.
So, Bob, what'll it be?
One quantum shake, please.
Coming right up.
Wow, Al's fast today.
Oh, poor Al.
Poor Al. Oh, I guess we know that Al is a one binom. I didn't realize that. Yeah.
That's right. The things you miss.
Yeah, and can kind of pick up on, infer from what little information you're given. Oh, we don't have the roller skates waiter yet, I guess.
One quantum
This was
shake.
when Al's waiter actually had to wait.
Can I have a sip?
Sure.
Kind of cool for them to imagine what goes on inside a sprite's body.
Yeah.
Thanks.
True. Or Magic School Bus, though. I think, yeah. I think I always had a hard time taking this episode seriously because it just made me think of the Magic School Bus.
Yeah, maybe I think that's it. Because I've always wondered what it was about this episode that it never really struck me as like, I don't like, it's not that I don't like it. It's just sort of like, it was like, okay.
So, boys,
Fun.
how'd you like my
But
flight?
maybe that was it because they ripped off the Magic School.
They did it.
I mean, it's yellow.
You
Did
read
it
me,
have
big
to
guy?
be a big
Yeah,
yellow?
that too, right?
Come on.
It seems so
And
blatant.
she has orange
We're inside
hair.
the body,
That's
proceeding
true.
to
We
nervous
just have
system
her
central.
like
On schedule, I might
a
add.
reboot Miss Frizzle here and her little orange. Oh man, if I
just
remembered
imagining
the
her in a
names of the
crazy-
Magic School Bus students, I could make a joke about hack and slash here, but
I
it
know.
just
Well, one of them is the little guy with the glasses. who
glasses.
was like,
Yeah, everyone isn't that like Arnold or
Arnold.
Yeah.
Maybe. You're probably.
something? Yeah.
At last,
But I don't
Bob's
think either
neural
hack or slash
interface,
is
a direct link
the redhead
to the
with glasses.
No.
supercomputer's
No.
access codes.
Maybe Slash.
Finally, mine.
There was a good growl in his voice on mine.
Not to mention
He always
the
took his
additional
job
bonus
seriously.
of
He
making
did,
Bob
yeah,
my
yeah,
own
just
personal
never-
servant.
Again, even if he was doing it for the money, I obviously never phoned it in.
Exactly.
This was a guy who I think appreciated the fact that he could act for a living.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I read it was him and Tim Curry. Maybe I've said this before that both of them will they always said they'd take anything
Yeah.
because it meant that they could take the good stuff that when it came along, and they always took it seriously. So like Tim Curry was always such a great voice actor too.
Yeah,
Because I mean, just Ferngully. Come on,
right?
he's amazing.
This is overall.
Hey,
this episode's
get
overall
out of
turning into
there.
like the early
Nostalgia.
90s Power Hour.
Oh, sorry.
Yes, sorry, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
You can't because I'm getting so
Ah, these
tired.
fat little arms.
Boy,
Oh!
For that line.
Enzo, what are you doing?
I love how it's clearly
I
just
can't help
Enzo
it.
acting up, looking for
Enzo,
attention.
stop
Yeah, exactly.
that. Get down. I can't. Help. Are you all right?
Yeah,
pretty
now we're
fun.
starting to think there's a problem. Yeah.
I don't know. It was like I lost total control of my body. It was kind of cool.
Okay, that is pretty in
I don't
character
like
for
this
Enzo,
at
I
all.
have to say.
Me either. Come on. Let's take him to see Fong.
Dr. Fong?
I know, like it's like the closest thing we've got to a mainframe needs a doctor. My goodness.
I know.
The most intriguing
Oh, he does have an
tale,
examination room, so
dancing
I
on
guess this would
Al's
indicate that he does have
Maybe
some
he had
medical
his,
training.
his doctor before he became.
Command.com.
Reminds me
Yeah.
of
Yeah,
an
I mean,
old
sometimes
file
people
my
go for
parents
medicine
used to
politics.
tell
That's not
me.
unheard of.
It
so.
concerned a sprite who went a little random one upgrade. He had this very long beard.
Fong, maybe you could perform some tests to figure
The
out what's
legend
wrong?
of Fong begins.
Yes, wise idea,
Yeah, I
my
tend to
son.
forget that Fong is also a sprite.
I know, me too. But
Yeah.
he is. Yeah.
Yeah, and I wonder if like I had this moment when I remembered that if it's like, oh, is this what happens to all sprites when they get old? But I think it's just that he's an older version sprite.
Yeah.
He's just from like an update from like the 80s.
What is it?
Yeah,
What did you
and
see?
just keep updating, and he keeps kind of just barely
Hack
getting
and
patched
slash
in.
inside Enzo's head.
It's a really good
Hack and slash?
scopy
In Enzo's
thingy.
head?
Yeah, really, yes.
Are you
To be able to
sure?
see straight
Oh,
into
yes.
the brain.
And it seems that they are in the process of taking over Enzo's brain.
You're right.
Side,
He got a
be
lot of
sure.
information from that.
Well, we have to get them out. We have to do something.
Do you have a data compression command?
I've got an old BPEG.
Right. I'm going in.
This computer is
Bob,
crummy.
Yeah, I think we've known that
it's
for a while.
this way.
I'm going in too.
What a rant! Like, do they need
yeah,
to get
yeah.
30 seconds into the
Someone
show?
gotta
Like,
stop it.
Yeah,
squeeze it in with random jokes like that?
Okay, okay,
It's
don't
this
worry.
way. Well, it's not my office.
Dot,
Yes, Enzo?
help me get this straight. Bob is going to shrink down, fly inside my head, and battle hack and slash for control of my brain?
Basically.
It might melt.
Yeah.
Deploying
probably
your
still
And
would
so,
like
yeah,
cool.
he still would. Yeah, absolutely. Just that the stakes inside his brain would be that
Megabyte?
great.
You're
Well,
on
Kathleen
the
Barr did
air.
a good job of voicing her
last, the
reaction with like
sequence is complete.
some worry,
Bob's
but the calm
entire
that you're
memory
trying to
base is
maintain
now
when you're
open.
telling your little
Exactly.
brother that he's going to
Flick of a
undergo
switch,
some kind of
the
possibly deadly
entry code
surgery.
to the great supercomputer
took a
will
pretty
at
dark
last
right
be
there.
mine.
You know, that was kind of what was being set
right.
up.
It's true.
Remember, the password is belly button, and no girls allowed.
Belly button? No girls allowed? That can't be right. What's going on here? That sounded like a child.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Dithers. My dog ate my homework. Slingshot? What slingshot?
Enzo, what's happening?
I don't know. My life was rewinding before my eyes. Basic. I know you are, but what am I?
Bob,
Interesting
Fong,
effects,
hurry,
just like
it's getting
warping him
worse.
to
Yeah,
just like
you have to wonder if like they just used things that went wrong with his character design, just
Glitches,
copy paste,
yeah.
pasted them in.
Let's go. I hate being reduced.
yeah,
Good sound effects.
yeah, really more good sound
I'm a
design.
little source code, short and stout. This is my input, this is my out. This is too weird.
Yeah, Enzo, it was cool until you started saying all your embarrassing stuff.
Good
How
luck,
do you like it
Bob.
now?
Yeah, I'm sure
This
like
is
John's
wrong.
like, wait, keep
this
talking.
is all wrong. Mouse, can you get me motor control, sensory input?
Sure, that doesn't sound like it requires a whole bunch of
More than just a
narrow.
button.
Finally, a reflective surface, a mirror, anything.
Dude, where am I going?
I do remember it seeming to take Megabyte
Enzo?
a very long time to
Oh,
place this,
fools,
given that he's
you're in
very
the
familiar
wrong
with who
book.
Enzo is.
I know. Yes, it's
Hey,
true. I mean, he's
that
heard
ain't
his
my
voice.
problem.
He's been in his house.
Basic.
He's hired him.
To the left.
Maybe he's just got
Dot
some serious
and
disbelief.
Yeah, I think he's in
Phone.
denial that his plan could go this bad.
Brought the boy inside the principal office, past all the security. I can get into the core. Give me manual
You
control
have to
at
appreciate,
once.
though,
Hey, relax.
the resourcefulness
Whatever
of
you say.
Megabyte in here, and how in character that feels. Because it seems
This
like
is not
there's a
such a
lot of
disaster
directions that this episode could have
after
gone in from the realization on Megabyte's
Enzo?
part. That
Yeah.
he's Enzo.
Like holding him
What's going
hostage.
on?
Or,
Yeah, but that's a really logical Megabyte
Yeah,
conclusion.
yeah,
That
How did he jump
also,
so
like
high?
you see that
They must
Megabyte
have
is
total control
appropriately
of his brain now.
intelligent and in character
Where there's hack
resourceful,
and slash.
and
There's
also it ups
Megabyte.
the
really bad at
stakes really
character
nicely.
recognition or
Yeah, right.
sprite
That too.
recognition.
Yeah. But yeah, it just feels
Hey,
like a
where are
very
you taking
natural
us anyway?
extension of the episode.
This wasn't in
Yeah,
my
totally.
Yeah,
contract.
it makes it more
Totally agree.
exciting. And,
It's
yeah.
my second choice.
So props to that
Mainframe
moment.
Central System Core. It's no supercomputer, but not a bad catch either. You have a problem with that, Mouse?
Not really.
That was always the way she says that is like,
We've got an intruder.
I think you're supposed to believe that she
Inside.
already realizes what the consequences of this are going to be.
Yeah.
But that I almost believe her not really. Like I can't really figure out where she's supposed to be standing on that.
Yeah.
Like, she like thought about it and was like, yeah, it's fine.
Well, it's kind of like we
Take
think about
over
how
my
much
little
they can
friend's
convey
brain?
in just a few facial
think
twitches
so.
that they animate.
Yeah.
And it's right. Like, you can see her kind of thinking, like, nah, this is not a good idea, but then also, I'm doomed anyway, and so now I'm going to be cool, or...
Yeah.
Or I know I can get myself out of this because I'm Mouse and I'm awesome.
Yeah. Like
And a
she's-
kangaroo.
Right, that too. And I guess, she's supposed to be kind of an unreadable character a lot of the time. That's part of her shtick.
Jetpack.
Bob! Get Bob! Hey! You're touching me.
Whoa!
I really associate this music with games. But I guess it's well, this was in the Terran, this music, when they're like flying through
That's right.
in their like spaceships.
Yeah,
So-
they're flying.
Oh, don't run out of sleep.
Yeah, so it feels very much a throwback to that. Okay, that was cute.
He do that.
Again, Mouse works out. She can just reach up and
I
hold
know,
herself
I
out.
know.
brain
Why did
controller
she
is
do
about
that?
to have a little mechanical accident.
Maybe later, mister. But not on my mission.
I think she's not supposed to recognize him at that point, right?
No. No, when she
He's
said
got,
Mister.
Yeah, he's got the Guardian icon.
She's bad with
And he's
faces,
blue.
too.
Yeah, that must be it.
And he's blue. Excuse me, so the color of his skin. is
How many
generally-
blue Guardians have we seen at this point? I mean, it seems at least like
I say
reasonable to.
I like that Enzo has access to the core.
That's yeah.
You've got control.
Because I mean,
That's true. Yeah, because it requires a handprint.
yeah, that's right. Because they granted him access when he was.
I guess if you are a sprite in mainframe, it's such an elite class.
Mainframe.
I know. Oh well, if you're a sprite, of course.
Obviously, you're allowed in.
Yeah, there's
You
no
know,
place you
I
can't
had
go.
never actually realized that.
Stand by
Me neither
for
until this very
orders.
moment. And then weird, how does Dot not get in?
Yeah,
Is it
really?
boys only?
Maybe that was what the belly button password is for.
Who's our mystery
That's
hero?
right. I was like, I can only trust you, Enzo. This is in no way a bad decision.
Bob? Guardian Bob? Why, I haven't seen you since...
Since
Her
I
voice goes up
arrested
like an
you
octave
for
at
hacking
that
into the
point.
supercomputer.
I would have made it if it wasn't for you.
Oh, you're good, Mouse, but not that good.
Look who's talking. At least I'm not stop-filed in a stasis field.
I don't get it, Mouse. You were always bad news, but taking over a little kid's brain, what happened to you?
Relax, will ya? This is a simple copy and paste job. No one's gonna get hurt.
So maybe she wasn't
Yeah,
considering
right.
before.
As we speak,
Yeah,
Megabyte's steering
yeah.
little Enzo here into this city's operating core. He'll be erasing the power surge, and us with him. Megabyte's sacrificing all of us so he can get to the core.
I do
You
like
always
that.
were
I
good
always
Yeah.
remember that
in a
expression
party,
where she's
Guardian.
like legitimately measuring whether she trusts this guy enough.
Yep.
And we do have quite a buildup on external radiation.
But the way they like structure her face is really cool too. Like she's kind of
Oh,
got that
sugar.
extra. It looks like they were trying to give her dimples, but
Yeah,
it's sort of
yeah.
that extra.
What's this I hear about a
musculature and-
power
yeah.
surge and toasting some little kid? You know I don't do toast.
All lies, I'm sure.
I know that. But from whom?
Really, Mouse, I'm surprised you doubt my loyalty. After all we've been through, who would you believe more? Bob or me?
With my very sinister sounding.
That's it.
Right.
I'm pulling the plug.
Well, clearly that's exactly what happened. Yes.
But I was trying so hard to be
I'm outta
sincere.
here. This place is too hot.
Why doesn't anybody ever believe my convincing voice?
No, I was there.
I do love that like
Mouse.
pain in his voice because you just know that that's the
Megabyte,
thing he
honey?
wants more than anything.
Rule number 1.
Also, I love
ever
Mouse's
try
fangs.
to double
Me too.
I love that
Yeah.
she has fangs, and you don't need to know why.
Yep.
It's
Rule
just
number
cool.
2. I double-cross whomever I please.
So funny. I totally love Mouse now. Ever since our whole, all these reveals, you know what? She's great.
She's got fangs. She used to be a kangaroo.
We've got nanoseconds before
Everything
we
I wanna
return to
be.
our normal size.
She's got
Give
this
a
frizzle
navigate?
hair. Like this is
Love to.
This is a gift that keeps on giving. That's interesting that Mouse always has the different icon. Like I wonder what the meaning of that is supposed to be. It's never really explained.
Like maybe she hacked her own.
Yeah, maybe that. Like it like spoofs her or something. Or
But I do like that they don't explain it. That's kind of neat.
yeah.
Gives us something to talk about.
It's funny though, because now that I think about it,
You
the
always
triangular
were such an
icon
exciting
is
date.
always associated, or is associated to me with AI.
That's right, because Vandrea,
Yeah.
she had the funny one, didn't she?
Yeah. So I don't know, all this stuff we never actually learned about Mouse's backstory, and it's just hinted that she's got history with Bob, and that's it.
Maybe I'll make another show about. I
We
can't
can only
even say
dream.
it out loud. Oh, gee. No one's watching that, right?
YouTube? Yeah. Who knows out of that business?
I haven't even clicked on it.
Although, you know,
almost
I've
there.
seen, like, on YouTube, especially when I started posting this, I started getting a lot of, like, video recommends
Yeah.
for reviews of the Guardian Code, and I'm like, I can't even watch people reviewing it.
That is a good moment.
I do love they took the time for the 3 angles. Again,
Yes.
like, a thing that was completely optional. Like, he's so proud of himself. It's
Look
the
what
best
I made.
sneeze I ever did.
Yeah, Bob, you saved my brain.
Hey, we did
No
it.
one can save your brain. Anyway.
Bob, who's that girl?
That's Mouse. Mouse, I'd like you to meet Mouse?
It
Mouse?
seems petty that she instantly sees Bob with a girl and gets
Same
jealous until you
old Mouse.
realize that, like, this girl was operating
The
a
machine,
vehicle
yeah.
in Enzo's brain on Megabyte's behalf with hack and slash. And
Yeah.
then you really start to understand why she would look a little peeved.
Exactly.
What are we
At
gonna
least
do
you
with
hope
these two?
That's the back
Me,
subtext.
yeah. And I mean, I think she's also probably jealous, but there's a lot more to it than that. And Bob's creepy, sinister face
I
comes
know.
up every so often.
I said send them in.
We're right. I got
Cute little mini hack and slash.
You should just keep them like that.
Really, yeah, he should put them in the cage with nibbles. Actually, that's probably a really bad idea.
Yeah, I know. I was say maybe not.
They'd be like null toys.
Yeah,
Entertained.
that's right.
Yeah,
That's
very active
punishment
null
for
toys.
their
Yeah, true.
ineptitude.
Yeah. Just put him in with nibbles for a little while and see how it goes. See how they do.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, that is the Great Brain Robbery, I guess.
I learned so much today.
Yeah. This is an eye opener going back and learning about these actors and taking a look at the characters.
And it's neat, honestly. Like I like maybe I'm exaggerating a little, but like I do have a more of an appreciation for Mouse. Just in sitting there and actually watching her, like she's got way more detail in her animation. It's like,
Yeah.
because she came in later, they could really put effort into her design. And so she's
Yeah.
really neat to look at.
Yeah, she is. She's really well designed, well animated, has very distinct facial expressions, and again, where you see, like, one of my biggest pet peeves in animation and comics, especially with female characters, is same face.
Yes.
Where they make all the female characters especially have the same build, or, you know, there was one designer who decided what he thought was attractive in a woman's face.
And they all have different hair.
Yeah, and that's it.
Yeah.
But here you could see at least some effort to make them distinctive, not just in terms of their designs, but the nature of their facial expressions.
Yes.
And the way they use their faces as well. So a lot of appreciation for that, for sure. And again, just having distinctive female characters at all who are both strong and interesting in their own ways, but really, really different.
Yeah, it's really nice to have that. I mean, maybe that's part of the reason why we fell in love with it when we were kids.
Yeah, exactly. You know, all kinds of cool characters, and you got to choose who you related to and
Yeah.
all that good stuff. So, anyway, at that, we will wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
Wrap it on up. And so, once again, this has been the Reboot Review. I'm Robin.
I'm Katie.
And until next time, stay frosty.
Basic? You're the one who's basic.